to JTV staff, JTV operations manager, Joe Hawley. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Bart. Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here.
It's great to be here.
One of, how many Hawleys work here?
4, I think.
I thought you were going to say all of them.
Well, that's not all of them, but all the Jackson ones.
Tell us about your role, your job, operations manager.
Yeah, I've been here about a year and a half and do a lot of the stuff that is not this. Ideally, behind the scenes is where I'm best suited, I think. But mainly taking stuff off of your plate, off of Karen's plate, and cleaning up Andy's messes.
There are a lot of those?
Not a lot, but the ones that he does are huge.
Yeah. So you've only been here a year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah.
What were you doing before?
I was over at the city of Jackson. I worked in the Parks and Rec department there for 10 or 11 years, I think. And then you guys finally convinced me to come across the street. And so now here I am.
How do you like it?
Love it.
So what's a typical day like? What are some of the things you do?
It varies, day to day, depending on what, part of the week or part of the month that it is. We do a lot of, it's a lot of paperwork. And then just depends week to week on who we have meetings with and things like that. But you know all that.
I do. All that paper, it ends up in a big pile.
That's right.
Yeah. So meet the staff. We want our viewers to get to know you.
Sure.
Outside of JTV. But you're not on, people have asked you, and I've overheard them ask you, are you ever going to be on any of the shows here at JTV?
No, definitely not, unless something goes really wrong.
Andy said that a long time ago.
Yeah, but his ego eventually caught up to him, so he had to do it. But
you brought some photos of the family?
Yep, that's my son James. That's just from last week. You took that photo, I believe.
I did.
That's at Yost Ice Arena in Michigan. He got to play a game there with his hockey team against Rochester. So that was a nice experience for them.
Yeah, what an opportunity, and what a cool place, Yost.
It really is. Yeah, it's really nice there. So that was a cool experience. I mean, I think we had more fun probably as parents than the kids did.
Yeah.
But it was great. And then this is our son Quinn, who's just over 2. That was actually taken, I think, on Christmas Day or the day after.
Amazing how warm it was.
Yeah. So he's the best. He's a chatterbox, and he's always smiling, it seems like.
I think he actually said "pop," me, before he said any other word.
Yeah, probably. This is me and my wife Katie in Rome a few months ago, actually.
Rome.
As it appears to be Rome. That was our 10-year anniversary. We actually renewed our wedding vows, which she didn't know about until about 10 seconds before. But it went well.
How romantic.
Yeah. And
Did you arrange one of the Vatican priests to come out?
No, not for that one. We actually, had our friends, Dr. and Mr. Norris. They were
Dr. and Mrs. Norris?
Dr. and Mr. Norris.
Dr. and Mr.
Yeah, so they were there with us. This is in Capri, Italy, at a restaurant that's in a lemon grove.
Wow.
And Dr. Norris actually was the officiant at the vow renewal, so that was very nice of her to do that. Yep.
You look very Italian, all 4 of you. You look like you could live there.
Yeah, we had to get Jason dressed most days. He didn't really know what to do over there, but luckily we were there for him to help him out.
And some of our viewers might know Jason Norris as the owner of Crimson Oak.
Crimson Oak, yeah. Also big Alabama fan, Jason.
Oh, very disappointed on Monday.
He's had a rough...
Last Monday.
He's had a rough 2024. I think he was just getting over it, and then yesterday, as you may have
known, Nick Saban
retired. So go to Crimson Oak and support Jason. He's had a rough 2024.
Well, that must have been a thrill of a lifetime to go to Italy.
It really was. We were there for like 9 days, went to the Ryder Cup, which the U.S. didn't perform well, but ultimately it was an unbelievable experience.
Well, yeah, you've had 2 wonderful experiences like that. You went to the President's Cup, which
That's right, with
the U.S. did win.
Yes.
Before COVID.
Yeah, that was down in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
We got to go to that.
That wasn't before COVID.
And
that was after COVID.
That was after COVID?
That was last year.
No.
2022.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I lose all track of time. Oh, yeah, we had dinner with Nick Lachey and Vanessa.
They were in the same restaurant.
They were. But it's not an exaggeration to say we had dinner with Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey.
That's true. I believe you have a photo of it, of you interrupting their dinner. I wish we had that one, but
The life of a young dad with little ones, it's nonstop. You're, besides hockey, what else, where else, and the rest of it?
well, as you know, besides hockey, there isn't anything because hockey seems to be a year-round endeavor.
It never stops.
And so that takes up most of our time is following James and Ella around to their different, sporting events and after-school activities, which we really wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, that's the best way for us to spend our time, and Quinn's, a handful on his own. And so getting to see him kind of grow up, and especially with his older brother, and watching him and seeing how they interact it takes up most of our time, and that's really all we want anyway. So the two of them, seeing the two of them together, and with Ella as well is just the best. So
You've been involved with pickleball. Great. I read the pickleball news from the newsletter from the Jackson Pickleball. What's it called?
Crossroads.
Crossroads.
Yeah, Crossroads Pickleball. Just
That
up
you're a
the street.
master pickleballer.
I don't think that's the words.
What's the term?
Like I don't know, like a coach or an instructor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How do you
so,
get to be that?
I think I actually, well, I don't think I had to take like a certification class for that.
Really?
Yeah. So did that up in Lansing, but it's a lot of fun. It's something that everybody can do, and it's just a growing community. So that facility up there is fantastic. The people that are in charge of there are doing a great job, and their membership is through the roof, and ton of people that we've already known, and then dozens and dozens of people that we're getting to know and meet through that as well. So it's a great sport, and it's a great organization that they have up there.
Nice. Up there?
Up the road.
Up there. Down there.
Down.
Keeley Park. Keeley Park? Is that what
Yeah.
you're talking about?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
event center.
It's down the road.
North. Up the road.
Well, it's down. It's closer to the river, so it's down.
Okay.
The big project we have just completed and now are unveiling this week, you had a lot to do with that.
Less than anybody else here.
Mhm.
I actually was fortunate enough to help the guys out on Tuesday at our live broadcast out at Hanover against Napoleon, and got to sit in the trailer and work alongside them, having a very small role with not much could go wrong with the things they had me doing, but it was unbelievable. Only being at JTV for a year and a half, but being around obviously JTV for the entire length of the existence here, never would you ever think that this is something that we would be able to do. And the way that Austin and Noah and all the guys handle it is incredible. You wouldn't think that one, that we'd have the capabilities to do it, but the fact that we do, and then how it's run is incredible. I was blown away by it, and it's one of those things that when you're watching, you don't get to see just how much goes into it. So it was really humbling experience for me just to see how talented all of them are. Not that we already didn't know that, but just to see them run, this level of a production it was awesome. It was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. When you look at how we first did games to where we are today, it's amazing, because I too never thought that this is something that would be within our reach. And people would often ask early in our history, why don't you get a ESPN trailer,
Right.
know? And we've all seen them, of course, MIS, they're always out there. But that's millions and millions of dollars. But through the creative innovation of the people who work right here, that was all built right here by all our great people.
And one things that I've had people, say to me too is like, say you're watching a game on ESPN or NBC and you have, all the different cameras and them cutting to things like that, and you have people say, well, why don't you guys do something like that? And now we can say we do.
Yeah.
We do that, to a T. As you hear the guys, directing up there and of who our cameras should be focusing on and who they should be cutting to. All in real time and all talking and communicating together. It's really amazing. It's beyond really description of how cool and how impressive it is.
Yes, and we've used it just a couple of times, but more to come, and not just sports either.
Right, really anywhere. Is anywhere that, and we have, some new things where we can really broadcast from anywhere, regardless of kind of internet capabilities, because of what we can do with that unit. So it's just going to expand really everything that we can do, not just our sports coverage, but really any other community event we wanted to be at and wanted to highlight and film live from is now something that, before even, months ago we could say we can't do, but now we can.
Well, just last week, someone asked, they said, hey, we have an event, it's sold out, can we, but, we need a little bit of lead time. But in the future, those kinds of things will be able to have all kinds of opportunities, not just on JTV, but for people that want to stream events or programs anywhere, anytime from here.
That's right.
Yeah. Nice. So I usually find out where you're traveling on Meet the Staff. Like last year, the big announcement was Italy. Where are you going this year?
In May, in next month for Katie's birthday, we're going to go up north just for a weekend for her birthday. And then we're going to Wisconsin in May to Whistling Straits.
Yeah, see, I got a request for a Kohler gift certificate from you, so I thought you were going to get some new plumbing fixtures, but it's
because of the
Kohler. Yeah. All right. Well, we really love having you on the team here at JTV, and thanks for being on Meet the Staff.
Well, thanks for having me.
Meet the Staff with JTV Operations Manager Joe Hawley.